Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Rita Sanap and I am from BSmed Biotechnology Department. Today I am here to discuss the topic of English IV. Here are some points we will discuss in our topic. First of all, its introduction, then we will discuss about its chemical composition, medicinal properties and environmental effect and some chemical control methods, and finally we will discuss about its conclusion. First of all, there is a brief introduction regarding to this topic. English ivy has another name which is also known as Hedera Helix. English ivy basically this is a type of dark green leaves which has been cultivated for centuries due to its ornamental appeal. Basically, it is used in landscaping and gardening. English ivy is a type of herb which is used in medicines, and because it contains some anti-cancer and some stress-free oxidants which is used in medicines, and it has less environmental impacts, and it also refresh our environment. Here is the chemical composition of English ivy. English ivy has diverse chemical composition, but there are some key compounds which are found in English ivy. First of all is saponins, then falconium, and then flavonoids. First of all, we will discuss its key compound, which is saponins. English ivy contain various saponins. Saponins has a speciality that they contain those compounds which is used to alleviate cough and respiratory congestions. English ivy has a speciality because of saponins that they can reduce the respiratory congestions. The patients which have blocked chest, these type of medicines are used for them. Then it contains falconiol. Falconiol is a natural pesticide. Falconiol that has a speciality of anti-cancer properties. So they inhibit the growth of various cells. Basically, it reduces the mutations and it inhibit the growth of certain cancer cells in laboratory studies. So because of falconiol, English ivy has various and diverse used in medicine. And then the last one is flavonoids. Flavonoids are a class of plant pigments with antioxidant properties. These flavonoids contribute to plants' vibrant green color. English ivy is so greeny because of flavonoids. They have been studied for their potential health benefits, including their ability to 7H free radicals and reduce oxidative stress in body. Basically, the stress medicines also contain flavonoids, and English ivy is also used because of flavonoids, and it is also used to remove stress, and they are specifically prescribed to those patients which have stress. Then we will discuss its significance, which we have already discussed, that they have anti-cancer properties. Moreover, they are used for those patients which have respiratory symptoms. Although their efficiency and safety should be further investigated, but their presence of falconiol and other polyestyrens highlights the plant's defense and mechanism against pests and diseases. So it is also used for plants pesticides. Here we will discuss about the medicinal properties of English ivy. English ivy contains saponins, which are natural surfactant-like compounds. Saponins are used for the respiratory tracts, those patients which have mucus in their bronchials. So saponins are used to alleviate that mucus. Saponins have expectorant properties. So basically, expectorant properties are those properties which are used to help loosen and expel mucus from the respiratory system. These compounds may aid in relieving coughs, congestion, and the respiratory systems. Anti-inflammatory properties. English ivy also contains those properties which is used to reduce inflammation. The presence of saponins and flavonoids in English ivy contributes its anti-inflammatory properties. Flavonoids as antioxidants are also used to remove oxidative stress from the body, which is associated with chronic inflammation. Anti-cancer properties. English ivy is widely used in anti-cancer medicines. So it is also a biggest source of these medicines. Antioxidants help protect cells from damaging caused by free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can lead to oxidative stress and contribute to the development of cancer. And these type of medicines is used to remove is used to inhibit the wide growth of cancer cells. They inhibit the mutations which are happening because of the cancer. Cell cycle regulations. Studies have shown that Falconium may affect cell cycle regulation, which is a process by which cells grow, divide, and eventually die. Cancer cells often exhibit uncontrolled cell division and an inability to undergo programmed cell death. Falconium has been found to interfere with the cell cycle and reduce apoptosis in cancer cells. Basically, apoptosis is the death of the cancer cells. We can say that apoptosis is used to remove or inhibit the growth of unwanted cells. Invasive nature. English ivy has also an invasive nature because of these points. It has adhesive property, rapid growth, and reduced biodiversity. First of all, we will discuss about adhesive properties. English ivy produce adhesive compounds, which are also called glycosylated terpenes. These compounds allow the plants to adhere firmly to various surfaces such as walls, trees, and rocks, which are also a very not a very bad point, but is also contain. But this plant also contain a various space, so it reduces the storage, or we can say the space. It requires a lot of space for its growth, a rapid growth rate. English ivy is known for its rapid growth, which is facilitated by its efficient uptake and utilization of nutrients. The plant can quickly establish itself and spread, forming dense mats or thick foliage that can be smoother and shade out native vegetation. We have already discussed it. English ivy reduces space. It requires a lot of space for its growth, and also its rapid growth rate can also affect other plants as well, so which is also surrounding it. Then we will discuss its reduced biodiversity. The English ivy spreads and forms dense monocultures. It reduces the diversity of plant species in affected areas. If we grow English ivy, then other plants which are also present there, their growth will be reduced, because English ivy has rapid growth and will also require a lot of space for its growth. Impacts on tree health. English ivy has a climbing habit and can grow on trees as well. We have already discussed that it can grow on walls, trees. They can negatively affect the health and stability of trees. It also takes nutrition of the tree, which is affecting the tree growth. So here are some chemical control methods by which we can control English ivy. First of all, we will discuss about its selective herbicides. Selective herbicides specifically target broadleaf plants including English ivy, while minimizing harm to desirable grasses and vegetation. Herbicides contain active ingredients such as glyphosate or tricolopyr can be effective in controlling English ivy. Because English ivy has rapid growth, so it is also important to reduce its growth as well. So there is another one, non-selective herbicides. Non-selective herbicides such as Herbicides containing glyphosates can be used to control English ivy. Non-selective herbicides kill most plants that come in contact with, so they should be used with caution to avoid unintended damage to nearby plants. Some techniques are also used, such as spot treatments or carefully directed spraying can help minimizing the impact on non-target plants. Allergic potential. English ivy has the potential to cause allergic reactions in some individuals. Basically, all types of herbs has some advantages and disadvantages as well. So it is the disadvantages or negative impact of English ivy that it can cause allergic reactions. The allergic potential of English ivy is attributed to certain chemical compounds present in its leaves, stems, and sap. The basic cause of its allergic potential is due to the presence of Falconium and Falconium type polystyrenes. Taking precautions such as wearing protective clothing and gloves when handling English ivy can also minimize the risk of allergic reactions. Saponins is also a cause of an irritant. Basically, saponins can cause skin irritation and respiratory allergies. Basically, saponins are also used for respiratory medicines, but it also affect respiratory allergies. Saponins are natural surfactants that have the ability to disrupt cell membranes. When English ivy come in contact with the skin, these saponins can penetrate the skin barrier and cause irritation because it affects the cell membrane, the outer layer of the cell. So it leads to the symptoms like redness, itching, and inflammation. When English ivy is disturbed or its leaves are crushed, it can release airborne particles, contain saponins and other allergic compounds. Inhalation of these compounds or particles can irritate the respiratory tract, leading to symptoms like coughing, wheezing, and difficulty in breathing. So we should also take some precautionary measures while working with English ivy. First of all, we should wear protective clothing, gloves, or other things. Use barrier methods. Consider using a physical barrier such as plastic sheet or trap top when removing or handling with English ivy. This can reduce the risk of skin irritation or inflammation. We should also know the airborne particles which affects the respiratory tract and results in coughing and sneezing. We should wear some mask while using or removing English ivy. So here is the conclusion of this topic, that then the English ivy is a versatile and widely recognized plant. Its invasive behavior can have detrimental effects on native ecosystem, leading to reduced biodiversity, altered habitats, and competition with native plant species. English ivy contains compounds such as falconiol, saponins, and other allergic substituents that contribute to its invasiveness and can cause skin irritation and respiratory allergies. It also has some medicinal properties such as potential anti-cancer activity of falconiol. Basically, any herb has some advantages and some disadvantages. English ferniols has various advantages in medicine and therapeutics. The chemical compound present in plants often possess medicinal properties and can be a valuable source of drugs and therapeutics. Any type of plants have various effects on medicine, various uses in medicine and therapeutics. So I have this slide for the application of plants in various fields. By studying plant chemistry, scientists can identify bioactive compounds with potential health benefits such as antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, or anti-cancer properties. Ecological understanding and conservation control methods and pest management are the important points while discussing or while working on any herb. For ecological understanding and conservation, plant chemistry play a significant role in ecological interactions, including defense mechanisms, symbiotic relationships, and nutrient cycling. By studying the chemical composition of plants, researchers gain insight into their ecological roles, control methods, and pest management. Understanding the chemical compounds or chemical properties of plants is essential for developing effective control methods. Then we have basic knowledge of invasive species, and we can control these effects by identifying simple chemical compounds that contribute the invasiveness or herbicidal potential of certain plants. Scientists can develop targeted control strategies. So here we end the topic of our presentation. Thanks for listening and concentrating on my topic.